Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to yet another edition of Study Crypto, where today we're going to dive into Hex and ask the question, is it too late to be part of the Hexican community and see mad gains and get those crazy ROIs that everybody's talking about from Hex? Is it too late, or is there still a really good opportunity that you could seriously pump your bags big time from holding on to a handful of Hex? That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the possibilities, whether it's possible, impossible, a pipe dream, or something you better bet on. But first, before we get into that, do us a big favor, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button and ding that notification bell as well. We really do appreciate it. And as always, this is not financial advice. No, no, no. I am not a financial advisor, and crypto investing is risky. So do your own research. Now, let's get into it. Is Hex still worth it, or is it too late? So, right now I'm on hexgraphs.com. You can go check this out. And if you click on the performance tab, you see some interesting information here. First, let's just look at the log scale. You can see the logarithmic scale of the price performance of Hex from December 31st, 2019 up until April 21st, just a few days ago. And unstaked versus staked is with inflation. All of the unstaked is without inflation. As you can see, they're doing mad gains, 372,000% with staked Hex, because you're getting that inflation. And unstaked without inflation is still doing mad gains at 174,000%. So that's very bullish. If you look here, we see how Hex outperforms both Bitcoin and Ethereum from their respective launches. Bitcoin, they're saying it's launched in back in May of 2010, and then we have ETH in 2015. We have Hex from its all-time low. That's what this is in 2020. And so it's measuring each one of these assets along those time periods. And essentially, the low of January is essentially the launch of Hex. It launched in December, mid-December, so of 2019, of mid-December 2019. So to use this as a starting point is fair enough. So if you look at the trajectory, Hex has outperformed both Bitcoin and Ethereum in terms of, again, this is a logarithmic scale, and the numbers on the left hand side show you the multiples: 10x, 100x, 1000x, and 10,000x. Okay, so again, Hex hit 10,000x in a very short period of time. Keep in mind that Bitcoin is at 10 million, 1 million x. Bitcoin has over 1 million x. Okay, we're going to look a little bit more into that trend in a couple of these other charts, but as you see, it's still early. It's still early in Hex, and there's a long way for it to go, especially because it addresses a market just like Bitcoin addresses a market, has an addressable market that's very large, and it's a superior product. Now, let's look at how it's outperforming the market. As you can see here, from December 2019, it's been outperforming the market. ETH, Bitcoin, Amazon, S&P, it's just been a rocket ship, okay, in terms of outperforming the market. Here is the COVID dip, and as you can see, Hex has just been, it's on fire. Now, this is a chart that I really like because this gives you a perspective of gains. So if you look here, again, we're looking at Bitcoin versus Hex. Bitcoin, we're using the time period from May 22nd, 2010 up until now, April 21st, 2022. And we're using Hex from January 5th, 2020 up until now. And obviously, since Bitcoin has the longer timeline here, that's why you see it's longer along this chart, further along the chart than Hex. But if you just look at where Hex is going and compared to Bitcoin and where it is, it's really remarkable. So look at this here. As you can see here, we go from 1 to 10. What does this 10 mean? This means for every $10, uh, you get $10 per $1 invested in Hex at this point when it hit this benchmark. Okay, when it hit 100, $100 gain for every $1 invested in Hex. When it hit this point, it was getting $1,000 for every $1 gain. These are similar benchmarks that Bitcoin has also traveled through. Okay, we've been there. Bitcoin has been there. Hex has been up to this point too. Hex has even got to the 10,000x gain, which means for every dollar you put in, you got $10,000. Again, if you got back in here, that's crazy. That's why people who put in about $105 at the top of the Hex chart, if you sold, you were a millionaire with a $100 investment. That's nice, that's great, but we still have a long way to go. If you consider where Bitcoin is and where Hex can go in the footsteps of Bitcoin, especially as Bitcoin, if you believe Bitcoin is a superior product, superior market adoption, it's going to go a lot further. Okay? So consider these numbers. Bitcoin went to a place where for every dollar you invested, you got $100,000 back. Then it went to a place where for every dollar invested, you got $1 million back in gains. And then it's around the place where, again, if you got back in May 22nd, 2010, for every dollar you invested, it's $10 million in gains. $10 million gains for every dollar invested. Now, with that trajectory, you can see if Hex continues that trajectory, it can likely find itself in the same place. What does that mean? It means those numbers are very possible with Hex as well. Is it possible tomorrow? No. Is it possible in a year or two? Maybe 5 years, quite possibly. Especially as Bitcoin and the crypto market mature and become larger and go from a total asset class of worth $2 and change trillion to upwards of $10 trillion and $20 trillion, which is most certainly where it's going, you can expect this kind of exponential growth for Hex as well. So I just think it's really fascinating the ride that Hex is on and where it's possible to go. And lastly, we'll just take a look at this. This is the Hex chart versus the US dollar. Again, protect your purchasing power because as they print money away, your dollar erodes. But something like Hex keeps on going up and is proven to keep on going up. Hex, Bitcoin, a lot of the major cryptocurrencies, they retain and they gain value over time as your dollars inflate away and debase and reduce their purchasing power. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Quick video. Just wanted to see, wanted to make this available to you guys. And here's a good one too. Are you late for Hex? So basically, you are here, right? This is basically where you are with Hex. And if you consider it can go where Bitcoin went, you have all these mad gains to look forward to. Okay, so are you late for Hex? No, not at all. You're not late. It's still going to crush it. If you believe in the technology, in crypto, it's going to crush because it is a superior technology than most of the other coins. It's superior. It answers a lot of problems Bitcoin doesn't. It has a lot of the holes in it plugged that Bitcoin had. So it's far superior. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Um, let's look at and see what Hex does. Let me know what you think about Hex. I'm a big fan of Hex. I got Hex, one of my favorite holdings. Do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ding the notification bell, and let us know what you like about Hex. If you hate it, Why do you hate it? If you love it, why do you love it? All right, guys, talk soon. Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this, and please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.